This is Jilliana Ranicar-Breese, and this is part 3 of my conversation with Graham Russell, who had just started to talk about his mentor, a member of his family called Michael. Now, what did Michael teach you?
Well,
he was 30 years older than you were.
Yeah, Michael was born in 1935, somewhere around there, and he was gay, and he used to tell me all the stories, all his... he was a very good storyteller, and he would tell me all these amazing stories, and unfortunately...
Can you write about those? Changing the name, of course.
Yeah, I'm sure there'll be something there. But he really inspired me, the fact that it was so hard for him, and lots of other people growing up as gay in that period.
Oh, definitely.
And so when it...
Didn't become legal till 60, I don't know what year, but...
The 60s, and it was still kind of frowned upon, but now we have same-sex marriage. And that kind of... I think my work with same-sex couples, in terms of my coaching, I always sort of think about how hard it was and how lucky we are and how fortunate we are to be able to have that. So
times have changed.
Times have changed for us in this country, but still not for a lot of people in the world.
Of course.
And it's always good to be remembered of that, of how fortunate we are. And that really has inspired my coaching work and working with couples,
So what did Michael teach you, apart from listening to his funny stories?
I think it was probably more the fact of his life story, of how things were, and just his generous spirit, and his just love of life, and you just, although your body gets older, he never seemed to get older. He was always fun. He would go to fancy dress parties. I mean, often New Year I'd be having my sewing machine out, knocking up some fancy dress costume for him, and in his 70s, he just didn't want to get old, he always lived
Peter Pan.
He kind of like Peter Pan,
Michael Pan.
I mean, he just always had that kind of youthful heart, which I always found very inspiring. He'd always be doing things, having dinner parties, doing music recitals, joining different things, travelling the world. But like you just keep living life and
just keep on going so long as the body will allow you
absolutely,
to, and always mix with younger people.
Yes, yeah. So that I find very inspiring.
Continue. but now you're following your dream. That's the point.
Yes. So I started out in TV.
Yes.
And then
the wheel has come full circle.
Yeah, it has kind of come full circle, and I just kind of got to a point earlier this year, and it was kind of like, what's next? It's like.
How old are you now?
So I'm 59.
Okay.
So it's kind of like, what's next?
And again, a new decade.
A new decade. Do I want to be doing what I want to do for the rest of my life, or do I want to do something different? And I thought, I've always wanted to write.
And you're a very good writer.
Thank you. And
because I remember you writing. Was it the Daily Mail? An article about your mother?
Yeah, I did some stuff for the Guardian and for the Daily Mail. And these were kind of like just my first stabs at writing, which I was very fortunate to get published. And then I've always wanted to write for TV because that was my background, that's what I trained in. And so at the beginning of this year, I challenged myself to write a 1-hour TV drama. So I literally gave myself a deadline. And I sat down and I worked through the night. I got up early in the morning and I just got it done. Literally got it done by my deadline. And I realised how much I didn't know. I just knew so little about writing for TV.
Well, was it Plato who said, the more you know, the less you know?
The more you know, the less you know. Often that's probably true.
I'm sure it was Plato.
And I really realised I just really didn't know anything about writing. So then I had a chat with my friend who is a screenwriter. And we've had various chats in the past, and so we met up and we had lots of tea. And she said, look, if you're really serious about screenwriting. She said, I suggest you do some evening classes in London at City Lit. And I kind of felt I had to do them because I keep, every 2 or 3 years, I give her a ring and say, can you recommend some books about writing or something? And I thought, I keep pestering her about writing, and I thought, I've got to do something about this. So I signed up. I did an evening class. I did lots of weekend classes. And then one thing led to another. And she said, if you're really serious and you really want to be a screenwriter and you want to get some doors open, then she said, I suggest you do an MA. And I said, that's a bit too highbrow. That's kind of way up there. There's no way I want to do that. And then I thought, well, why not? So I went to the open day and I kind of liked it. And then I thought, well, I'll apply. So I applied and didn't think I'd get in.
But you did?
I had to send samples of my writing, and they gave me writing exercises to do and interviews and what have you. So, yeah, so I got in, and that's what I'm doing now. I started...
it's a 3-year course?
It's a 2-year course.
2 years?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's 2 years. So I go 2 full days a week, and plus you have to do about 3 other days in your own time. It is intensive.
But you did a script, and who is it, the tutor wanted to...
So yeah, I've written a short film.
Yes.
This is just literally since October, November, just about 2.5 months.
Yes.
Yes, I've got a short film which I've written. I've written a radio play which is being recorded in a few, sort of beginning of January.
Oh, you'll have to send it to me.
So that'll be interesting. I'm hoping to go to recording. Unfortunately, it falls in my flying block because I'm still flying.
You're still flying on your magic carpet.
I'm still flying on my magic carpet. So every other one.
Well, they'll send you the link, I'm sure.
Absolutely. Oh yeah, I'm sure I will get.
Goes in your portfolio.
Absolutely.
Because we were talking about portfolios.
Career
portfolios.
Absolutely. Yeah, because I was saying, I can remember this conversation in the school playing ground when I was at junior school. That must have been about, I don't know, 7 or 8. And that my friend said to me, when his dad retires, he would get a gold watch. And I just remember this.
As you did.
As you did in those days. And I thought, what's the point? You know what? By the time you've retired, you will have got a watch anyway. So why would you want another watch?
Do you know that my father had a Vacheron and Constantine gold watch, 22 karat gold, which today would be worth a fortune.
Yeah.
It's too heavy, couldn't wear it.
Yeah.
So it doesn't help to have a gold watch.
No, especially, anyway, I remember this conversation and I thought there's no way I'm going to work for the same company all those years.
God forbid.
I just get a gold watch at the end. So at that point, I decided that I was going to have a career portfolio, even though that term didn't exist then. I just knew I couldn't be in the same job for the rest of my whole life. So my life.
It's a good expression. I think I'll say to people, "What's your career portfolio?
Yeah.
Tell me about your career portfolio."
Yeah, and
Good.
well, a lot of people just really do have one, and that's fine if that suits you. You know, do you get the stability and security? But for me, that just doesn't work. I just like to do different things. Yeah, you meet different. Yeah, just get lots of different skills.
Well, okay. Well, we'll have to continue this when you've got your MA and become a famous scriptwriter.
All right.
Yeah, watch this space, Graham. All right. Lovely talking to you.
Okay, thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.